DeVivo, and today we are talking about the top 4 reasons not to fear your banker. We want you to not be afraid to pick up the phone and call the bank. And today we're excited because we have Mr. Scott Parker, an actual mortgage banker, here today with us to talk to you about these fears. I have worked with Scott for, what is it now?
Close to a decade or more, absolutely, 10 years.
Yeah, that's scary. We don't want to do the math. We don't want to do the math on that.
It's been a great relationship, though.
It's been good, full of ups and downs, and he has a wealth of information to share with you today. Why you don't need to be afraid to give this man a call. Okay, so fear number 1 that we've heard from so many people is the fear of intrusive questions. And let's face it, you guys, you know, I'm a realtor. I don't like to get a pre-approval, pre-application, whatever it's called done. See, sometimes I even get confused. Quite honestly, you know, it's on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like the rectal examination. Nobody wants to show it all to anybody, but tell me about these.
During the process, it's not like we want to dig in or anything, but it is required, it is what we need, and it's just basic generic information. Most of the process we can do over the phone, and it's just your generic where you live, employment information, of course, history of income and assets, and we like to get as much information up front so we can technically do an underwrite up front, okay, so the customer knows where they stand in the beginning. Unlike finding out later in life where you're, you know, at the end of the process where there can be issues. So it's just questions concerning bank assets, what type of job you have, how long have you been on the job, and you know, it's about tax returns. Those are a very key important factor. Most people are concerned on how to do their tax returns, and you know, we like to give advice and let them know how they can file the returns to better suit them when they want to purchase their home. Self-employed borrowers, they too can have issues where they're wanting to avoid paying tax to, you know, the old government. But unfortunately, that taxable income is what is needed to help qualify for a home. So we would not want to have them shortchange themselves and find out later they don't qualify because their CPA may have misled them.
Okay, so basically he's looking for your job, your income, some bank statements, and your taxes.
Yeah.
So nothing too crazy.
No.
And I think what he's also looking to do is give you some guidance. You know, it's not a yes or a no thing. It's a let me see and let me prescribe you kind of the best course of action.
Sure, I like to advise and give as much information as I can to make you feel at ease. I find that the more the buyer is educated, the less fear they're going to have. And it's a very simple process. It's just a matter of them knowing the process, and I like to divulge all of that information up front for them.
Okay, sounds good. Before we head out, Scott, tell our viewers a little bit about who you are, your background, and how they can get in touch with you if they want the man.
Absolutely. Okay, so I am a local Floridian. I have spent my entire life here, graduated from Wekiva here in Central Florida. You may know the high school perhaps. And being here for some 40 years, I know the Orlando market, and I have gotten into this industry with my basis being in finance. So I've been doing this for 14 years. Before the financial crash of 2008, I've been through the highs and I suffered through the lows, and we're starting to come back out of that right now. Through all the changes our local governments have made, I've been required, as I stated before, a higher standard, that to maintain education, I know the rules and the guidelines, and I like to share that information with as many people as I can. The best way to reach me, my office is local. I'm in Longwood, which is just on the north side of Orlando. Our office number here at Hometown Lenders is 407-478-2816. And I always take emails because I like to work with my clients personally, with each and every client. And you can send me an email at my name, Scottparker.mtg, which is short for mortgage, at gmail.com. Again, Scottparker.mtg@gmail.com. And if you'd like to talk to me on evenings or weekends, you can always call my cell phone. I try to answer it as much as possible, and that number is 407-421-6990. And remember, at Hometown Lenders, it is where we like to finance your future.
That's really great. So you guys, I'm going to have Scott's information in the YouTube video at the bottom. And if you have any other questions for Scott, please put them in the comments. We can bring Scott back and he can answer those questions for you, or you can call him, email him. And just a little plug for me, I have worked with Scott again for over 10 years. He is my problem solver. He is a financial genius. If this guy can't get your loan done, really nobody can. So if you're suffering or you're having difficulties or you're having questions, don't be afraid. He's not going to bite you. Only, you know, if he's really hungry. But anyways, okay guys, well thank you so much. This is Jennifer DeVivo, and me and Scott are helping you find your way home.